Our location is the Solvay Arena in Montreal, Canada, and we're ready for action in the heavyweight division. This should be a great match, plenty of action, and we're ready for our ring announcer, Jean-Paul Chartrand, and the introductions.
A 7 round chez les poids lourds. The next bout, a 7-rounder in the heavyweight division. Dans le coin bleu de Bartlesville, Oklahoma, à 181 livres,8, il présente une fiche de 12 victoires contre 3 défaites avec 8 KO. In the blue corner from Bartlesville, Oklahoma, at 181.8 pounds, he shows a pro record of 12 wins and 3 losses with 8 KOs. Lowell Nash. Et dans le coin rouge de Montréal, à 193 livres,2, il est le champion canadien des poids lourds avec 11 victoires, une seule défaite et 8 KO. And in the red corner from Montreal at 193.2 pounds, he is the Canadian heavyweight champion with a record of 11 wins and only 1 loss with 8 KOs, Darrell Henegan. Les juges de judges, Fernand Fréchette, Jean-Yves Groux et Marcel Jaudoin. L'arbitre, the referee, Denis Langlois. Il s'agit d'un 7 round dans la catégorie des poids lourds, a 7-rounder in the heavyweight division.
All right, you've heard the introduction to the fighters for this battle. Denis Langlois, the referee, calling them to the center of the ring to give them their last-minute instructions. And this is going to be an interesting bout. Darrell Henegan recently fought the heavyweight champion Jerry Rome and gave him a very good battle. Now, he lost the fight down in Atlanta, boom, but he gave him a good fight.
You know, I talked to Van this morning at the weigh-in. I couldn't believe that this guy weighed 193 pounds, .2. I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw the physique of this guy. It's only muscle. And I said, what do you think about this kid from Oakland? He says, he'll find out in the ring tonight, not in the hallway.
Ready to go with action now. Henegan is in the black, and Nash is in the white. Henegan from Montreal, Lowell Nash from Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Henegan weighed in at 193 and Nash at 181. That's an 11-pound advantage. Tim, what do you think? Is that going to give Henegan a big advantage?
I think, first of all, the weight advantage is something to be considered. However, every fighter that Henegan has fought in the past, he's had the advantage in quickness. However, I think this is one fight where his quickness will not be an advantage because Lowell himself is so fast.
That was Pat Johnson. I didn't rename you Tim. That's what you delayed for a minute there.
Please don't call me late.
He's looking at Van, I apologize. I said Oakland, but it's from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Well, Lowell Nash looks at 181.98 pounds, like he's just barely in this heavyweight division. He fought as a light heavyweight against world champion Dennis Alexio. A few months back, he knocked Alexio down, but Alexio was able to stop him. I think he's stretching to try to fight in this heavyweight division.
Henegan with a good round kick, a front leg round kick. Caught Nash on the side of the head.
Hennigan, Pat Johnson, has very, very quick kicks. As you know from his Taekwondo background, he is extremely proficient as a kicker. Good right hand as well.
I think the quickness of his kicks is negated by the superior quickness of Nash. Nash seems to be the kind of fighter who is trying to take advantage of one thing, and that is quickness. Though he does have power, in his 12 wins, he has 8 knockouts, so he can hit.
That was a spinning back kick tried by Darrell Henegan. It was not a knockdown. He just slipped trying to execute that technique.
Nash was able to move inside the technique with his quickness, so the kick was in.
You know, after the first round, I can see that old man. He looks to me a very, very strong and tough kid.
Definitely a tough kid from what I'm told, but again, he's giving up 12 pounds here, and I think it's going to be difficult for him to deal with the heavier weight here in the later rounds. That's a prediction.
Yes, the weight will show as time wears on. It's going to wear him down, absorbing all of the the punishment. However, I'm really impressed with his quickness at this point. Something unusual in that last kick, it was actually a spinning heel kick, and it's unusual to see anyone try that kick as a counter move against someone coming forward. And Henegan nearly pulled it off.
One of Henegan's best weapons is a very powerful right hand. You saw there how he put it together right after the roundhouse kick came right after that right hand.
Here we go with action in round 2. Darrell Henegan in the black, Lowell Nash in the white, and boy, they come right out and go to work.
Absolutely. That's a kick called an axe kick.
Comes out from the side up and right down on top of your head or collarbone like an axe.
Well, there's no question that you can see the Taekwondo experience of Henegan and the way he uses his legs for a big man. That's very good.
Langlois is warning Nash then, who did a spinning back kick right into the lower thigh of Darrell Henegan.
You know, Pat, I honestly believe that Darrell Henegan, he wants to impress his own people. He's from Montreal. The other kid is from Oklahoma. You know, I mean, you got to give credit to the other kid, too. The other kid comes into the ring and fight. He wanted to find out how good Henegan is.
I think he's going to find out, but his courage can't be tested. I mean, question.
See, that was another slip. Although Nash delivered a straight left, I think it was a combination of the punch and the slip.
That is correct. He caught Henegan while Henegan was up on that one leg, leaning back, delivering the round kick. He was off balance. Something that Henegan is doing that is typical of Taekwondo and Korean-style fighters is he emphasizes the kick so much that he really drops his hands as he's going to kick. That gives Nash plenty of time to react. He's looking for kick, if you'll take note of that.
Henegan stays relatively relaxed in the ring. He went the distance with Jerry Rome last year in a North American heavyweight championship bout. Went the full 9 rounds. In that 9 rounds, it took Rome actually the last couple of rounds before he could start getting to Henegan. That gives you an idea of his tenacity. Nash keeps catching him with fairly significant right hands. I don't think that's going to do Henegan a lot of good to just continue accepting those.
There's the bell ending round 2 and back into the corner with Lowell Nash. Earl Gilkey is his corner man working with him. Let's see what he has to say there.
Okay? You say 3 kicks, you made just 5 kicks. Okay?
Get that down there.
Okay, and not nothing, okay?
Denny Lanois, the referee, came over and said just 5 kicks. Did he fail to get his 8 kicks in that round?
He must have, and if he did, he'll be penalized 1 point on each one of the judges' scorecards for each kick that he missed. He should have gotten in 8 hard kicks. If he only got 5, that would cost him 3 points. That could very well cost him the entire fight there.
Can he make them up in the next round, Joe?
He's actually forced, according to the rules, to make them up, but he cannot make up the points. He's lost the points forever. Now, rather than 8 kicks, he'll have to deliver 11 kicks in this next round.
Ready to go with action in round 3. We will have to get an official ruling on that. Now, I just overheard the conversation. We'll have to see if the points were taken away from it. Here we go with action in round 3. Henegan in the black, Nash in the white.
Joe Henegan really fights standing straight up. You notice that? He doesn't cut down low, doesn't bob, weave. He's really a straight-up fighter. He generates a lot of power that way on his offense, but it leaves him susceptible to many different strikes defensively. You notice that Nash is bobbing and weaving and bending down and moving.
I think Henegan often counts on the power from that right hand and thinks whenever it lands, it'll end the fight.
Another attempt at an axe kick, then a spinning back fist by Nash. Just a quick observation here. The longer this fight goes, the more confidence Nash may get. We'll have to wait and see. If Nash feels I can take everything this guy can give me, it might be difficult, but he's catching it now. He's in trouble. Nash goes down, goes uppercut, nailed him, and he is down, and I don't think he's going to get up. 7, 8. He's up at 8. Langlois says, are you okay? He says, I'm all right. Plenty of time left in this 3rd round. Let's see if Henegan can close him off. Nash just trying to hang on, trying to ride through this onslaught by Darrell Henegan, who moves in a good front leg round kick. Nash is down again.
Very powerful round kick, almost like a step-through round kick. Pat Johnson almost came off the back leg then of Henegan. I don't think Nash has
That's
got
all.
it.
The fight's over. A knockout by Darrell Henegan in the third round. Good combinations. The uppercuts set him up, and then he finished him off with that round kick. Tim?
Actually, what happened, Van, was that first knockdown was set up by a counter spinning back kick to the body that actually took the wind out of Nash. When Henegan followed that up with a series of hand techniques, Nash just could not catch his breath from that back kick. And if we see the replay,
here's action now of the first knockdown, Pat.
Just before this, before we got to this part, there was a spinning back kick. There was a counter back kick. And from that point on, Nash seemed to lose all of his energy. That's set up.
Now here comes the final damage. Pat?
Watch the left round kick now. Watch the left round kick. Here it comes.
There it is.
And great kick.
Boy, you generate so much power with
We
that.
knew that Nash was really hurting even before that kick. It was so obvious that the kick was coming because Henegan dropped his hands right down to his side, and yet Nash was not able to avoid it. He was really hurt long before that.
You know, Pat, I honestly believe what really burned out Nash is all the beautiful kick that Henegan threw to him. He was just lining him up.
Absolutely.
We'll be back for the official time of the knockout in 1 moment right after this message. And now for the official time of the knockout. Let's go to ring announcer Jean-Paul Chartrand.
Le gagnant, the winner, par KO au troisième round à 1 minute 54 by knockout at 1:54 of the third round, de Montreal from Montreal, Darrell Henegan.
There's your winner, Darrell Henegan. 1 minute and 54 seconds of the second round. Hey, if Nash could have hung on for about 6 more seconds, he would have maybe got a respite there in between. But that's second guessing. That round kick did the damage, the final damage, and took him out. In a moment here, we're going to have Joe Corley get a chance to talk with Darrell Henegan, find out exactly what he thought about the fight. It went just about 3 rounds. For a moment, it looked like Nash was taking everything that Henegan had, but then it just got too much, Pat.
What Henegan did, which was very smart, he did not panic. He did not get overly aggressive, overly anxious. He knew he had the man hurt. He took his time, set him up to make sure he could get in the winning blow.
Darrell Henegan is now joining Joe Corley right here. Let's go to Joe Corley. Joe?
Darrell, looked like the right hand and the round kick worked for you. In the first round, you started trying to set them up together, and both of the things seemed to work extremely well.
Yeah, I agree. The outcome of the fight was evident of that. Yeah.
He looked like it was all he could do to get himself up into the heavyweight division. Did he seem to lack heavyweight power to you?
Power, maybe.
You know, he had knocked down Dennis Alexio just 3 months ago.
That's what I heard. But he was aware of the weight that he had to make. And he came in, I think, 3 pounds under.
But you felt like he had good heavyweight power at this point, huh?
Yeah, he was good. He moved a little slower than I think he maybe anticipated I would move. And I hope my speed, compensated for that.
We know the big question in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm sure it's going to start up here in Montreal. You're one of the few fighters to go the distance with Jerry Rome, very impressively, as a matter of fact, in Jerry's comeback effort. That's right. What are the discussions now about a heavyweight title fight for you? Of course, you fought Jerry before he won the title.
We are looking forward to another fight with Jerry. Some new ideas have been added in order to maybe try to upgrade my skill a bit and experience in fighting maybe within the next year, and also try to get a world title in another division, and maybe hopefully we can combine those two at the end of the year. I would look forward to that.
Well, congratulations to you, Darrell Henegan, on a great fight. The right hand, the round kick worked, Van. And I guess Jerry Rome is going to be the next man that Darrell Henegan has on his mind long range.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that, and we'll be back with more PKC American kickboxing action in a moment.